Hello, Dale here. I'm just going to talk to you today about silk laps and water soluble and how to create something like this. You can see that'd be beautiful for a scarf or an insert or whatever. Very light because silk is so beautiful. And to do it, I've simply used water soluble, and inside I've trapped a little bit of silk filagree or silk laps. And the silk lap is layers and layers of fine silk fibre, about 1.5 metres long, so one piece is fabulous for a scarf size. As you know, I tend to work quite small, so I don't make scarf sizes, but lovely for little lacy inserts. Now what we do, these are actually laps, and we sell quite large ones, but I also reproduce them in little rolls as silk filagree, which you can find on our website in the silk fibre section. So I've just taken a tiny smidgen, as you can see, put 2 layers on. I won't stitch very much, but I'll just show you what I do. Sometimes I might pin it and sometimes I won't, but I just bring the bottom thread up and stitch in sort of circle shapes until I've filled the whole lot up. Usually, and as I've said before, I like working with variegated threads. So how easy is that? Free stitching on little circle shapes. And then when they're done, when the whole thing's done, I will cut shapes out of it. So you can see here I've cut a circle out. Like these. And then I take a piece of soluble, for instance, pop it back down on here, put it back under the circle, and simply anchor it down with the soluble underneath to give some stability. Go round and around and across the middle. I won't do all of these, but just to show you how easy it is when you've got something stable. The soluble that I use is Romeo. It's very firm, it doesn't need a hoop. And then you take that out, embellish it all up as I have here to create different circles. There's some that I've cut out. And then when you wash it out, that's what you're left with, a lovely lacy piece. Of course, your shapes don't have to be circles, they don't have to be like that. You could have stitched leaves. That's a leaf, and then where I've cut the leaf out, I've restitched that shape back onto, so that could make a really nice bookmark or something like that. Sometimes I do squares. I'm not naturally a square sort of shape, but I find it harder to do, but you think about what you can do with your shapes. Then this is another one here. There's lots of little circles. That's the bits that I've cut out, reapplied, and I've cut this one up for other things, but it's such a lovely soft fabric. Once it's all been washed out, it wears really well. This one here, I've reapplied some of the shapes back onto the surface, so I could then bead them or add other things in. These are samples, so mucking around with colours, but the possibilities are endless. And as well as silk, of course, you can add other things in there, but the silk itself is so fine and so beautiful. Not only working in those colours, but here's, for instance, where I've used green shapes, I tend to muck around with offcuts and cut leaves out so that you've got leaves, and then there's the little leaf that I've popped into there, so it could be part of something else to layer up in your work. Just very, very effective. I'm sure that you have a go at it. If you go to our website and have a look in the fibre section, at the very top is silk. It says silk filagree. We sell all these little rolls and things, and if you're interested in that, we're doing a deal with Romeo, which will be on the website for the deal, like 1.5 meters or metre, and it's so easy to use because it doesn't require a hoop. There it is, all just stitched together, little pieces, so it's wherever your imagination takes you. Okay, hope you found that useful today.